guys, well, welcome back to Allotment Diggers. You probably can hear it raining there. We've just come back from an antiques fair in Urmston. Bought some beautiful coins. I'll share them at the end of the video. I hope you can hear what I'm saying here, because this rain's really bouncing off the greenhouse. We've been working on the front part of the plot this week, getting it all nice and tidy. We've been taking the tops off the potatoes. I've got some potato reveals to show you. I'll go and have a trip up to Cobby Street sit, and we'll tell you a bit about Cop Robin Bridge. Every time we go there I always mention Cop Robin Bridge. Well, since it's the 30th of the 10th 2022 for you time travellers, I thought I'd tell you a couple of sad tales about that bridge. Now my brother and his mate Tony Flynn, and they did a video for, it's called Salford Media. You can find it on YouTube. They did a video about it, and again they did a few videos about some of the horrible things what's happened on that bridge. Anyway, I just picked up on that, and I thought since we was going down to Cobden Street tip, I'll tell you, show you this bridge and tell you the tales. Anyway, that's all to come. What else we've been up to? Well, just had the COVID jab. I was going to bring another 10 bags of compost over here, but not today. This shoulder is really sore. Yeah, I had that AstraZeneca. I've had 3 AstraZeneca, and it was the Pfizer that I've had yesterday. It was like a drive-in sort of thing. My friend from Yvonne, who runs food parcels, that's where I give all my apples and all my spare food to this food bank. She runs that. Well, she went in the morning. I said, "So how long did you wait?" She said, "Walk straight in, walk straight out." So that was it. I said, "Seriously?" So I was passing, so I thought, yeah, we'll have some of that. So I went and had the jab. It turns out my missus had the same jab last week, and she was really poorly. However, I thought if I'm going to be poorly, I would have been poorly today, but I'm fine. I've got a toothache here, but that's because I've got a broken tooth. I've still done nothing about it, and it's like hell on earth. Need to sort a dentist out to get it sorted, but that's another story all on its own. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to show you what we've been doing this week on the plot, and that's, like I said, front of the plots where we've been working, doing most of the work. I decided to take all the tops off the rhubarb. Let me show you. Well guys, as you can see, the rhubarb bed now needs tidying up, so I'm going to take all the tops off this rhubarb, and then we're going to put a load of horse manure on it. I have noticed in these planters the spring bulbs are actually starting to come up. We'll have a closer look at them when I top dress it with the rhubarb. At the moment with this with these gooseberry bushes, I can't really do anything with these at the moment because it's still got leaves on them. However, we will be tidying them up as well. Yeah, of course she's here. She's always here. But yeah, what I'm going to do is pick some of these windfalls out of here, get rid of them, take the tops off the rhubarb. So as you can see, this is the mess it looks like at the moment. I might show you me putting a few barrels of horse manure in, but if I don't, we'll show you what it looks like after we've done it all. And we'll have a closer look at these planters here with these spring bulbs coming up. Right, anyway, onwards and upwards. We'll be right back. There we go guys, I've took all the tops off the rhubarb. There's a lot of leaves there, but that's nothing. I'm just going to throw horse manure over the top of all this lot now. All over that, around the gooseberry bushes. And we'll put this bed to sleep for the winter. This one is another bed that's going to just stay like it is over winter. I should cover it up, but I'm not. What I do is I like to pick the weeds out of it throughout the winter, so come spring we got most of the weeds out of the bed. I might throw some horse manure in that bay up there bed as well. So there's 2 beds here that I might put some horse manure in, but this one's definitely, the rhubarb's definitely going to get some in. And I'm going to get my wheelbarrow now and we're going to have at it. So since we took all the tops off, it was a matter of just putting a load of horse manure onto that bed and putting the rhubarb to sleep for the winter. So let me show you what we did there. Well guys, as you can see, there's my rhubarb bed. There's a few fallen apples in there. I'll take them out in a minute, but what I will be doing is just to the left I've got a wheelbarrow full of horse manure. I'm just going to spread it into the bed. I'll probably take about 3 wheelbarrowfuls to put around all my rhubarb, and then this is been put to sleep for the winter. Anyway, I'm going to have at it. Sun's out, I'm going to make the most of it because it said it's going to rain later on. The rhubarb bed top dress with some horse manure just around the crowns. That will sit on there over winter. Come February, March, you'll start seeing the rhubarb come flying up there, and you will see a lot of spring bulbs coming through all this lot as well. Sorry about the trains going past, don't normally hear them. The wind's blowing from the south, so it amplifies it for some reason. It's like an amplifier on here, but what I'm saying is, this bed now, I don't need to worry about it. I've got to do a bit of pruning on these gooseberries here, inside here. Once they've been pruned, the job's a good one, but we're going to get lots of leaves falling. So I get me bag what I collect it all in. And we'll be using the leaves to compost down. We don't throw them things away, nor do we throw the grass cuttings, because that's another part of me composting, along with some horse manure which I throw in there, make layer cakes out of it. At the moment the bins are full, so I can't make any at the moment, but what we'll be doing is spreading some of the compost onto these beds here. In fact, I might put my onions into this bed here this year, just for now. I don't know. I'm toying with it. I probably won't. But the next bed to do is that one there. I've got to top dress that with horse manure as well, but not today. Like I say, little and often wins the race. But yeah, it looks really nice, that bed now, and I should get great results later on next spring with all the rhubarb. I did notice when I was doing that, all the planters along the back of the beds have actually got spring bulbs coming up. Now around the rhubarb in them beds is a load of spring bulbs, and they will start to come through the horse manure shortly. So we've done the right thing this year. We've actually tidied the beds up before all the spring bulbs started coming up. It's made the job a lot easier, whereas last year I didn't I left it too late and I had to pick all the weeds from around all the spring bulbs, and it took forever. Well, this year it's a different plan that we've gone to, and it seems to have worked. I then shifted my attention to the bed at the side, and we took the African marigolds. So we had some we had Daly in there called Jamaica, and there's just general, there's a few loopings and stuff. We took them all out, and we top dressed it with horse manure. Let me show you what we did. Well guys, here we are, bed 2, second day. We've got some horse manure here, and that's what we're spreading into this bed. Getting it in now, and then hopefully all the spring bulbs will come up around, underneath it and through, and well, that's the intention. So probably going to take 2 barrel loads of this stuff, but it's all going in there. Right, you know what I'm going to do next? I'm going to wash my barrow, and that's the second bed put to sleep for the winter. Did I not mention, wash your tools after you finish with them? They're just drying here in the wind at the moment, in the sun. I'll put them away when they're dry. Make sure they're completely dry, otherwise they're going to rust up. Yeah, wipe them with a cloth. A little bit of oil, engine oil, just rubbing on them. It protects the metal a little bit longer. As for the wheelbarrow, all this needs is a wash. It's plastic. I'm surprised how much these things are cost now. Them orange ones in B&Q are 66 quid. This is a little bit better than that, so I would say this is about 80 quid. That one there's about 60 quid. The one what's at the back of the plot, which is a metal one, they're around about £100. But that is the ultimate in wheelbarrows. But I use this one a lot. It's nice and deep, holds water, and it holds a lot of horse manure, so it saves the trips. Whereas I can put twice as much in this as I can in that one there. And when you put a sack in it as well, you can put 3-4 times as much in this one. And so I normally, when I'm collecting wood chip, I set a sack inside it and fill the sack rather than fill the wheelbarrow. Then I can get 3, maybe 4 times as much wood chip in the wheelbarrow than I would normally be able to. But yeah, keep your tools clean. I say nothing better, and keep it nice and shiny. They'll last you as long as you can live anyway. So we were on a roll. I thought, well, let's move now down to the back part of the plot, because what I wanted to do is to take the tops off my potatoes and cover them up, and then just do a couple of reveals when I needed to do them, when I needed some spuds. You're going to see me doing a few reveals a bit later on, after we come back from Cobby Tip, down the Cobson Street Tip. So let me quickly show you this video of me tidying that bed up, and I'll tell you a bit about the plans for that bed. Well guys, what I'm going to do today is take all the tops off these potatoes and clear this bed up a bit. I will be taking everything out of here. All the buckets are all going to get sterilised eventually. Oh god, here she comes. You might have just seen her in the bottom right hand corner. But yeah, all the tops are coming off the potatoes. They've got labels in, so we know what they are, so I'm just going to stack them and rack them. I will do a potato reveal a bit later on, but first things first, I've got to take all the tops off, so that's what I'm going to do. So this is what it looks like. may see me throwing some soil on the top of them buckets. It's basically to top them up so they store well. I've just got to clear this bit here. So we just covered the potatoes. I've just used this sheet here. Just keeps the rain off the spuds, stops them rotting. You take the tops off and they'll sit comfortably in the ground until I need them. So we're going to make some scaffolding boards. Basically, I've got the width, the height. I just need the width. So what I'm doing is just going to slap two boards together, screw them together. I'm going to make another bed out of the big long 20-foot long planks that I've got. So that's another job that I'm going to be doing. But yeah, as you saw, we've covered it over with a sheet of to stop them, the potatoes from getting wet, and they'll sit there in the buckets in the soil. We've put some more soil, topped them up, put soil over the top of them just to keep, fill the buckets up so they're completely covered, and they will sit like that until February, March, April next year in the soil. So they won't last that long because we go through spuds like nobody's business. But anyway, what we did then, we acquired 2 big sacks of tops off the marigolds and out of the rhubarb and everything else. I've got no room in my compost bin, so it's another trip up to Cobby Street Tip. So we're going for a ride up there, and then I'll tell you about this bridge, Cock Robin Bridge. So with that, let's get in the car and let's go on a trip to Cobden Street Tip. Here we are, we're off again up to Cobden Street Tip. Got to drop these 2 bags of rubbish off. No room in the compost bins at the moment. I don't want to be throwing anything into the compost bins because I need to be taking it out shortly. There we are, we're coming up to the pearly gates, as you can see. So obviously I've got to get out, open and lock them, and then we can get up to Cobby Tip. Good news is we just had the 2 bays full of Bob's been today, and he's filled up both the horse manure bays. Right, just close the pearly gates there behind us. Now we're back in the rat race. So I'm gonna have a trip up to Cobden Street Tip. There's a bridge there. I'll tell you a bit about that in a minute when we get to it. There was a murder done there in 1963. Oh God, what was her name? Catherine Parkinson. That was it. She was killed by this immigrant Pakistani. Just got to watch this car going past. I think his name was Dolph Sarge Khan, if I'm not mistaken, and basically it was a case of unacquainted love. Anyway, he stabbed her 6 times, and she managed to stagger off the bridge into work. And obviously she couldn't say, she didn't actually say who it was, but when they went to the actual bridge, they found this dude laying a pool of his own blood. Apparently he stabbed himself in the chest several times. Anyway, they managed to save his life. I would just let him bleed to death, quite honest with you, after what he'd done. he survived. Obviously he's done his porridge. The thing was, this girl never had any feelings for him, and yeah, so Robin Bridge, well, I'll point out where it is, was where he did his dastardly deed. There was another incident there in the 1800s. There's a guy fishing over the other side of the bridge, and all of a sudden this sack come flying over, and he shouted up, "You've missed the water." And this woman's voice come back, said, "It's only a kitten, a dead kitten, don't worry about it." Anyway, curious, this fisherman went to look, and it wasn't a kitten at all. It was a newborn baby. She'd actually put in a sack and thrown into the canal. There's another sad story. There's quite a lot of sad stories about Robin Bridge, and yeah, when I spin the camera around now, well, might as well video me going there the rest of the way. We'll point it out as we get to it. So let's turn the camera around now. Person's walking, that is Robin's Bridge. That's where the murder was done, and Catherine Patterson lost her life. Very sad. Anyway, we're coming into the tip, so obviously he's going to have to wind the window down here and say, what you dropping off, mate? So, you know, they've got a guy on there, sentry. Every time you come, you take your registration to make sure you're not bringing any business stuff in. You know, it's only household stuff what you're bringing here. Yeah, it's just waste, garden waste. Actually, I think the reason why he put the barrier down is because of that guy there. He's stopping him from coming in to dropping his rubbish. Well, looks like I'm the first person here, which is great. Right, swing the camera around here. You might probably see me chucking it over that wall there. Well, that was emotional. They've even got a thing here for hardcore and rubble. So all the bricks and everything, they certainly make you work for it anyway. A drink of this. Right, here we go. Anyway, I'm going to head off now. I've got a million and one things to do, but we will be back on the allotments later, so watch this space. What I decided to do, guys, is go and have a look at this Cot Robin Bridge. So I'm going to grab my camera and we're going to have a look at it. Give me a sec. So can you imagine walking down here, 1963, young woman, and getting to the foot of this bridge here, and then this can jumps out on her and stabs her 6 times and then stabs himself. So this is Cot Robin Bridge. There's been many a video done about this bridge. My brother did one just recently on Salford Media. Tony Flynn narrated it. So this is not much to see, but all this used to be open back in the day. So there you go. We're on Cot Robin Bridge. A lot of graffiti along here. Yeah, the canal used to run at the side of it as well, and that's where that sack was thrown over. These stairs are pretty steep. It's no wonder they've got a bloody banister on them. But there's not much changed here in 60 years. Maybe the fencing here and a few other places. Anyway, one last look at Cot Robin Bridge. There it is. Now turn back to the car. See you later. Back on the allotments. So yeah, a couple of I was just going under the bridge and I thought, no, what I'm going to do is reverse back and take you and show you Cot Robin Bridge. It's the 30th today, so I thought, yeah, October, tomorrow be Halloween. The ghouls will be out. Normally I put my garlic in on the 2nd or the 3rd of this November, A lot of people put the garlic in on the 31st of October to keep the vampires away. That's what they say. But I always put mine in on the 3rd, or between the 3rd, 4th and 5th. I put all my garlic in, the rest of my garlic. So that's another job I've got to do. But yes, very sad stories there. 2 sad stories. There's been a lot more things happen on that bridge over the years. Like I said, my brother and his mate Tony Quinn, he narrated a video there. It's on YouTube actually. They're called, I think it's called Salford Media, and our kid does all of the video film work, and Tony does he does all the talking. In fact, the video going up, I think it's either tonight or tomorrow night, where they're in the crypts of St James. Is it St James's Church on Salford Precinct? The big church. They're in the crypts, and they turn the lights off. Pair of puddings they are. But yeah, they do all stories around Salford, and Salford Media's a website that my brother runs for the Salford community, and he puts all different stories up there about what's happening in Salford. Anyway, I'm giving him a good plug here. I'm still waiting for him to do me a bloody video. But yeah, moving on from that ghoulery thing there. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to show you a couple of reveals of these potatoes. Now they're called Osprey, so I've got a couple of reveals to show you. Check these out and we'll come straight back. Well guys, these are my Osprey, and like I say, we took the tops off the buckets. You just see me doing that. So what we're going to do, tip the bucket out and see what we got. Well, we got a spud there on the top already, so keep that to one side. See what we've got. Yeah, some nice spuds there. The plastic back. So I think what we're looking at here is about £4 or £5. And I'll be happy. Okay, so these are the potatoes we've got. Let's just take my glove off and I can get the scales and we'll quickly weigh them. Sorry about knocking the camera all over everywhere. So these are set to pounds. What the heck? Oh, well, that's delightful. 6.5 pound out of that bag, out of that bucket. So I can live with 6.5 pound. We'll do one more bucket and see what that weighs. Again, these are Osprey. Gloves back on. another bag here. It's a stronger bag. Oops, sorry, get the camera pointing at the... Right, so we've got another empty bag here. See if we get anything. One. Now Tony from Simple Gardens, he's been doing his spuds, and he said it's been a pretty bad year for him for his spuds, so I'm just curious. It's been a bad year all the way around for everybody. Well, this is half the size of that last lot. So, set my scales up. Set them to pounds. Crumbs. This one is 4 3/4. So out of the 2 buckets I've got about 11 pound of spuds. So I say, what do you do? I mean, at the end of the day, they're not that bad, are they? So I'll take 11 pound of spuds out of 2 buckets. But I could have done better. So, going back to what Tony was saying, it's been a bad year for him. I think it's been a bad year for everyone with the spuds, but hey ho. We might get a few people who disagree, but like I say, £11, it's just about £5.5 a bucket, so you know, you can't really moan at that. And I say we've got absolutely piles of them over there, so it's not the end of the world. Right, I'm just going to tidy up here. I will cover these with some tarpaulin so they don't get any wetter, and they'll sit in the ground until I need them. Right, so I'll go get these spuds up the top, give them a clean my wheelbarrow, and we'll be right back. Well, we had I think it was 4.5, 5.5 in one, 6, 5.5, 6.5 in the other. I think we had about £11 spuds in total out of them 2 buckets. Now that's pretty bad, that. The Osprey, I've never done them before, so I wasn't too sure how they would do. But we did them in clover, we did them in, we used bloodfish and bone, and obviously potato gromo, so we were expecting good weights. It just didn't happen. Like I say, probably £5.5 out of each bucket. That's what they come to. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do another 2 buckets, but I'm going to do a couple of reveals of ones that I've grown before, which I know what the average weights are. So we did another 2 reveals. How Palmyra these ones were. I did 2 buckets, so let me show you. There's a difference between the first bucket and the second bucket, which absolutely blow me away. I'm going to do a Palmyra potato reveal. I've got no idea what the weight's going to be, But this year's been a bad year for potatoes, so we'll have to wait and see. I'll be lucky if I get £5 spuds. I really will be lucky. Yeah, they're not very big. Oh, hang on, there's a few ones here, a bit bigger. It's been a bad year all across the board for potatoes. A lot of the potato growers who grow them in buckets on YouTube have done really poorly this year. I mean, some of the weights have been terrible. I'll be lucky if I get £4 of spuds out of this bucket. Yeah. Let's just quickly check them. Set the scales to 0. Well, just over £6.5. £6.5. That's at least £3 down on last year. Stuck. That's stupid. Well guys, I've got the bucket stuck here in the other one. So this is going to be fun. Oh, sod it. Right, let's get my carrier bag. So these are Salpos, and they're not looking too bad. It's been a really bad year this year for potatoes, guys. It really has. I mean, my average weight's about £6.5. However, I've just doing a couple of bags of these Salpo Mira, and I think we got £6.5 out of one. So I don't know. So these, if we get £6.5 out of these, I'll be happy. That's it. Wow. Yeah, all the guys who do potatoes in buckets this year have really suffered, including myself. I mean, the weights are terrible. We don't take these little ones out, and I'll use this compost in my beds. I'll have bloody potatoes coming up everywhere next year, so make sure I get them all out. Ooh, there's the husk of the potato. Did two. There's two husks. I think we've got them all out now. Right. Now to do the potato reveal, see what we've got. Set the scales to 0. Oh, this is much better. £13.5. Oh well. So we got £13.5 out of one and 16.5 out of another. So we got £20 out of 2 buckets of the sow poles, but it doesn't show you the whole picture. Yeah, the first bucket was disappointing, £6.5, so I'm not averaging about £10–12. My best weight ever in one of them buckets was £24. I think there's one guy who holds the record with a £26 out of a 30 litre bucket. I forget who that was now, but yeah, £2 short I was of that record. But yeah, the average weight's around about £12. So the first bucket was disappointing. The second bucket, however, £13.5 was more like it. So we had a combined weight of £20, and it's like £10 out of each bucket. So I looked at it, it wasn't too bad, that. But then again, I've been watching you lads, you guys and young ladies on the gardening, your gardening channels, and you've been doing your reveals, and some of the weights have been absolutely atrocious. Tony Neal shot me when he did some of his reveals, and his potatoes was really poor. Some of them only had a few potatoes in the buckets. It was absolutely shocking. Now I know he can grow. He put it down to what I put it down to, and I think it was that the summer that we've had, it's been so what, it was so hot. I think that's what the problem was. Everything else on the allotment grew really well. It was just the potatoes, because they were in buckets and they needed lots and lots of water. And they was getting water, but I think they needed more water, to be quite honest with you. But yeah, interesting. Anyway, I've got one more clip to show you, and that's these coins which we've bought this morning at the antiques fair. I got some really beautiful coins. The one which I think's awesome is a little Celtic coin. You can't really see the detail on it, but on the coin itself is a little horse, and it's beautiful. The others are really awesome. I mean, I don't buy rubbish. I bought a Mary. In fact, let me just show you what we bought. Well guys, these are the silver proofs I bought today. These are £1 coins. This is the 2000 silver proof pound coin. This one is a 2002. And this one is a 2007. Like I say, I'm just collecting all these silver proofs at the moment. The single ones, they have got them in proof sets, but oh, and I bought this to actually complete another date run of 2018 10 pences. I think I've got about 8 sets now of them. I do know I've got 6 sets of the 2019. But what I've been buying today are these are silver coins from Greece. These two are anyway. Absolutely awesome. I say it's silver proof. This one here is a Mary, Queen Mary. You might not be able to see much detail with this, but trust me, it's a Queen Mary. And the one which I think is the best one, you can't really see it because it's so tiny. This is a Celtic coin, little horse there on it. I'm going to put these into bigger holders, into some decent holders when a bit later on. I thought I'd show you these. That's what I've been buying today. Absolutely awesome. So my favourite coin really was that tiny little Celtic coin. I got a real good bargain on that. The Mary Grow, again I got a good bargain on that. I got that for 80 quid. He was a bit cheeky, I wanted 110 for it, but I got him down, and I just added it into my collection. There's not many Mary hammered coins about, because she Queen Mary. What happened to her? Well, Elizabeth went chopped her head off, didn't she? So yeah. Anyway, we bought one of them, and obviously then one of the Greek Byzantine coins. They was silver. The silver pound coins there, like I say, I've got date runs of them. I do love. I like collecting them. I see them, I buy them, and at the right price. 30 quid each, not too bad. So we did all right there, and I got M for Macintosh 2018 10 pence, which makes me my collection of 10p sets go to, I think it's 8 sets of 2018 and 6 sets of 2019. So got quite a few sets of them. They are going up in price as well. Very rare coins. Always buy the rarer coins. But then again, if you're a collector, you need one of every coin. It don't matter. Even the cheapest coin, you need it for your collection. So you know you got to buy them all, haven't you? But what you really want to collect are the rarer ones, and in AU condition, in really good condition. The finer you can buy them in condition, the more money they'll be worth. So anyway, that was the coins. Next week we'll tidy this bed, we'll clear the front greenhouse, and I think we'll take the tops off the dahlias. So that's more work for me. Hopefully the weather's going to let it stop raining now and the sun's come out, so there is that. This is, I mean, on Salford you can have 4 different weather patterns in a day. It could be snowing in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon, it could even be raining. You could have blizzards, gale force, you can have sleet, you can have everything all thrown in one after the other on here. It's crazy weather. So we just had a really strong winds. They've calmed down. We've had rain, and now the sunshine's come out. They're starting to clear up behind me. So yeah, it's a win-win. Buttercup's fast asleep. I don't know if you can see her on the floor at the side of me. She's been crunching on her food. She's had her breakfast this morning. I'm going to get off now, start me editing, get it all put together, this video, and hopefully get it up a bit later on. Who knows? I think and probably next week we're going to have to start thinking about getting this garlic in as well. So lots still to do. Alright, from me and Sleepyhead down there, thanks for watching, stay safe. I hope you put your clocks back this morning, and goodbye for now.